Your life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm so happy to welcome you here to the brand new year 2026. And this is really a brand new session of growth. January, usually I'll follow the month of fitness, health and fitness, and this is when everybody talks about health and fitness. The gyms are filled up, meal plans are prepared, and the motivation is so high. But this year, we are going to do it differently. I created these monthly lives several years ago, and if you followed me and you know what it is, it's because real growth doesn't really happen when we try to fix everything at once. Each month, I focus on one category of life. This month is health and fitness, and then I go to mindset, relationships, finances, purpose, emotional well being, one layer at a time. January is health and fitness, but I want you to be very clear. You cannot build physical fitness or physical health on stressed nervous system. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Olga Benyaminov. I'm a biochemist, an educator, and a personal development mentor, a healing and empowerment coach. I've spent years studying how the brain and the body work together and what truly supports sustainable health. Most people think that health and fitness starts with food, exercise, going to the gym, but in reality, it really starts in the mind. Overthinking is one of the biggest issue that can stand in your way of your health and fitness. Because what overthinking does, it rises your cortisol level, it disrupts your sleep, increases craving, and for some people, it actually decreasing appetite, drains motivation, and makes anything that's consistent to be much harder. So even with the best intentions, people struggle. Not because they have no discipline, but because their nervous system is so exhausted. And this is why my very first live of the year and my very first step in health is calming the mind. And I want to share something very personal. The last 2-3 weeks were very intense for me personally, mentally. Never mind that last year was very draining, but the last couple of weeks I was overthinking constantly. Personal thinking, work, responsibilities, future, and it affected my health so much. I wasn't sleeping well. I had very little appetite. My focus and energy were so low. And this is important because I teach this work and I'm still experiencing this because knowledge doesn't make us immune to it. Awareness and application matters. So I remembered something from Dale Carnegie's book, Stop Worrying and Start Living. And I actually reread this book yearly, and I just started rereading it again because he talks about putting a stop-loss order on worry. What that means is that you decide in advance how much mental energy you're willing to lose. So I did that. I allowed myself to think the problem through, decide the next actions that I will take, do whatever I decided to do, and then stop. Not because the problem disappeared, but because my health and energy matter more than anything else. When overthinking continues, the body stays in survival mode. So your cortisol level stays high, and this impacts your weight regulation, whether you're trying to lose weight or whatever metabolic things that you're trying to improve. Your energy level drops. Your immune function becomes very, very low. Your digestion, your recovery from exercise, countless number of situations that you're dealing with because of high cortisol levels. And those of you that took my brain course also know that cortisol kills brain cells, literally. So if your cortisol level is high, you may experience memory loss and long-term effects on your memory, and so on, because the body keeps the score. If your mind is constantly tense, your body cannot fully heal. It cannot burn fat efficiently, and it even cannot build strength. So how do you reduce this overthinking? Well, first, when you reduce that overthinking, right away what's going to happen is your sleep will improve, your hormone regulation will improve, your energy will return, that brain fog disappears, your motivation increases, your healthy habits become easier to maintain. And this is why mindset is not separate from health. It's the foundation of your health and fitness. So I'm going to give you a few practical tools, things that work for me. So first of all, notice your thoughts without judgment. And what helped me is really journaling those thoughts. Just take a journal and write down every thought that you have. Just bring it onto the paper. Because when you put it on paper and you see it, it allows you to reframe your thinking. And try to reframe your thinking as soon as you have that bad thought, replace it with something better. And ask yourself, have I thought this through enough to take action? And if the answer is yes, stop thinking about it. If your answer is no, take the action of whatever it is you think you can do. But if it's something that you can't change, you can't do, and you can't affect in any way of anything that you've tried already, stop. Move on. That's not going to help. Your overthinking is destroying only you. To ground yourself for the moment, again, something that helped me, there's the 5 method, and it works with the senses, but it's easier for you to remember with the 3. 3 things you can see right now, 2 things you can hear, and 1 thing you can you can feel. So 3 things you can see. Just focus your attention. That really helps ground you, and it helps you focus your attention to something else, or shift your thoughts into something healthier. So 3 things you can see, 2 things you can hear, and 1 thing you can feel. And you can advance this with the step of 5. I can't remember the order, but it's 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you feel, 2 things you smell, and 1 more that I can't remember. But if you're interested, message me and I will send you the exact 5 step. But this is the easier one because it really takes you from your thoughts, your overthinking, your past, and just brings you to the present. The past is something we can't change. The future, we don't know. And no matter how much we'll think about it, it is something that we cannot predict. We have our spiraling thoughts, at least I know I did, where we're predicting what could happen. And our predictions are not always correct. And actually, we play those scenarios and we make new scenarios that probably would never exist. So reframe your thoughts, focus on the present. Focus on now and focus on things you can change. Forget about those that you cannot. Put a stop loss order on anything that is beyond your control. And so this week, I want you to just set a mental stop loss on one worry that is recurring in your life. Journal one overthinking pattern daily. And I do that because, as I said, I had to deal with some of my own situations. And so when I write that down, that helps me. Whatever pattern, just see what is the thing that you're thinking of most. And then protect one intentional rest moment every day. Whether it's meditation, breathing technique, or just this grounding technique that I was telling you. Anything that just shifts and reframe your thoughts to the now. You don't need to control every thought. You only need to choose which ones actually deserve your attention and it deserves your energy. This month, health is not about punishing and it's not about pressure. It's about creating the intentional conditions where your body can actually thrive. I'm going to continue this next week, and next week I will build the foundation of creating your habits. Habits are so important. And if you notice and if you follow the patterns, gyms are full the first week of January, and then towards the mid and January, they're empty. This is because people have the initial motivation. They want to do things at the beginning of the year. They know they want to lose weight and they want to go to the gym every day and they want to do blah, blah, blah. However, when reality comes and motivation fades, habit and consistency is the only thing that will keep you going. So you need to create those habits that will support your health naturally and sustainably, something that you can do even when you have no motivation for it. I appreciate you for choosing growth, and I will see you again next week. Please comment below if you want any of these activities, grounding techniques, journaling prompts, habit trackers, anything that you want. Please message me either privately or down this under this video in comments, and I will be so happy to help you. Just remember that January is Health and Fitness Month. When the mind is at peace, the body will follow. Have a great day, everybody.